about this part is for beginners, most times they do not actually know how to log into the live feature of YouTube. But I came to discover that with a laptop or a computer, you can enable that feature even if you're not up to 1,000 subscribers. Normally, when I had less than 50 subscribers, I went to the YouTube mobile app and I wanted to know more about the YouTube Live. So it told me that I would have to get up to 50 subscribers before I could use the YouTube Live on my mobile. So at that time, okay, I was actually waiting, and when I eventually got to 50, and this time around I was past 50 subscribers, I tried using that feature. It still maintained the it still maintained the indication on the app that I wasn't up to 50 subscribers while I was past 50 subscribers. So I began to wonder, so what's happening? Then I heard someone say that the person had more than 60 or almost 100, but still using the mobile, the person was not able to. So I went digging, I started researching and wanted to know what was the cause of it. So fortunately, I came to find out that if you have less than 1,000 subscribers, you cannot use the mobile app for YouTube Live. You can't use it on your mobile. So probably you are past 50 and you are not still using the live app, the mobile app of YouTube Live. Just bear in mind it's because you're not up to 1,000 subscribers. But still, there's a way around it. To be able to use it even without subscribers, just go to your laptop and enable it from that part. So that's just the good thing about this YouTube Live. So if you have a laptop and you don't even have any subscriber count, go to your YouTube desktop version. From that place, you can enable it. And how do you enable it? You request from YouTube to grant you access. So after 24 hours, they will enable it, then you can automatically use it. When you get to the desktop version, you will see the part that has the one that has the live part, the web, which is like, I think, the webcam, and then the other one is the streaming. So streaming is if you want to share your video in during a live session, and then the other one is automatically you can, as you're talking, people are watching. That's just it. So I'm testing this out today. I don't have anything to teach, but it's just like something I've discovered and I wanted to try it. So I'm using this YouTube Live on my mobile. Before using it on this place, I had enabled it from my desktop, so that's why I came here. And one thing you should bear in mind is in going live, it helps you with your watch hours. So if you have something you want to talk about and you can comfortably talk about it for some hours, and then you have people that are able to dial in with you at that time, it will help you with your watch hours. So if, for instance, as I'm talking now and some people are able to log in, they can hear me live. And the good thing about this, should I say, the raw part of it is this is an unedited version of me. So here you're going to see my flaws. You're going to hear me the way I am actually. You're going to actually hear me the way I am. So unlike the other one, when you upload a video, you still have to edit and remove some parts. But in a live video, there is no room for that. There is no room for it at all. The only thing is, after this live, it automatically goes to my private session on my YouTube. From there, if I want to include any description, a thumbnail, or anything, I can do that. But I cannot remove the video to my system and then edit and upload it. It will no longer be counted as live because as I'm talking now, it's counting. It's counting for me as I'm talking. And if I leave this video here and someone else watches it, it will still count as watch hours. And if I have some people log in right now, let's say I'm able to talk to you for an hour and people log in with me while I'm talking right now. So let's say 1 hour and I have 10 people that logged in. So 1 hour times 10 people that actually logged in. So that's 10 hours. So that's the good side of this YouTube live. And sometimes when you feel like I don't always have the time to make videos, and you know you actually have something to talk about, and for sure you know you have something to really teach, that you want to share your screen. The sharing of your screen, that means you have to use the feature part, the streaming part of YouTube Live. The other one is the webcam that you just have to talk directly to your camera or just make your speech impact knowledge. That's it. But if you want to share your screen, you should use the other part of the streaming part of YouTube Live. So now, as people are dialing in with you, it is helping you with your watch hours. And then, as I'm talking right now, and probably I have another device, and I log in and key in the same way my YouTube Live is, it's still counting for me as watch hours. So that's just part of the discovery, though. If you have something to say and if you have something to share, you can just come and talk to your camera, and it goes like that. So right now, there wouldn't be any edits because this is just me and my flaws talking to my camera. So what do I even want to talk about actually? It's just the YouTube live, my experience trying it, and when I finally got to the part of I can dial in from my mobile. Achieving this was from my laptop. So if you're a beginner, you want to use the YouTube live feature, enable it from your laptop. So even if you're not up to 1,000 subscribers, don't bother. Even with no subscribers at all, you can still use the YouTube live feature. Just go to your desktop and get it enabled from there. But the side of it is that bear in mind that you get access from YouTube. After 24 hours, they will enable it, then you'll be able to use it automatically. So whenever you go to the mobile app, even though you're not up to the 1,000 subscribers, it will still tell you that you may not be able to have full access. But actually, right now, I am talking live to you, but it's not like the desktop version of it that you can stream and you can actually do some other things. Like on the screen here, I'm seeing probably some people logged in. I'll see the number of likes, I'll see the number of people that logged in, and if there were chats dropping, I think I'll see it. Like the timer here on my YouTube live is showing me 7 minutes. So if I'm able to sit down here and talk for some hours, then some people would see it over there. So it would have actually counted for me that I had this number of hours while sitting down here. So, else do I actually want to talk about? And another thing is about this YouTube live. Probably you have a video, a pre-recorded video. You can still upload it, but this time around you have to be watching it until it ends before you can stop it. So it mustn't actually be you talking to the camera. You may have a pre-recorded video. You can upload it and see it play out. Some people actually talk about allowing it to play for some hours. Like this what they call silent streaming. Silent streaming. I think I heard that sometime. I watched a video on YouTube that was talking about silent streaming. So this is me trying to become a better speaker. And when it has to do with addressing an audience, there are two things I've come to learn. Sometimes when you address an audience through writing, you can also address an audience through speech. Some people that may be better speakers may not be better writers. Some people that may be better writers, they may not be better speakers. I always want to make that effort of trying to talk, trying to speak. And I'm good in writing though, but the speaking part is where I'm working greatly towards making improvements. And in starting out on YouTube, I want you to bear in mind that do not bother about the flaws, do not bother about the looks, do not bother about your appearance. So just know that if you want to discuss something, you already have something in mind, you can just pour out your heart about a particular topic you want to enlighten other people about. You can take it step by step. There's sometimes you may feel like I think I'm moving off point, but there's somebody that actually understands what you're trying to say. It's just a gradual thing. You make those efforts. Like in this video now, I started with my experience right now logging into YouTube Live for the first time, and I'm testing it out by sitting down here talking to you raw, telling you what my experience was using the YouTube Live and how I got to this stage to go live from my mobile. At least I've been able to make beginners know that even if they don't have up to 1,000 subscribers, or not even if they don't even have any subscribers at all, they can still enable it from their desktop, get access from YouTube. After 24 hours, they are able to use it automatically. So that was how I got access to this. So you can also try it the same way. And know that as you're talking in any live video, bear in mind that your watch hours is counting automatically. Your watch hours is really counting. So in this video, sitting down here to test out this live video of mine by logging into my YouTube mobile app to come live and talk. And as I'm talking right now, I may not actually have any topic in mind, but I'm testing out this YouTube app. I'm testing out the live feature of YouTube app. So, talking to you right now, I may be discussing different topics, which originally I didn't have that in mind, but I'm just relating an experience. I'm relating my knowledge so far in using YouTube. Though it's always good to get prepared. This is my first YouTube live, so I want to really discuss how trying something new, even if you're not good at first. I want to also discuss any other thing that comes into my head right now. So that's what I'll be talking about now. So I'm just trying to build up my confidence in discussing to an audience. I just want to try to improve my speech. So it may not be a good one though, but it may not be a perfect speech, but it is a progress because the good thing is instead of staying at a place being static, it's very, very okay to make that effort. Just make that attempt. So do not always wait for perfection, but you know you are trying to get somewhere. And as content creators, whether those that have a full-time job, or whether those that are self-employed, or whether those that are content creators full-time, we all have our individual goals on what we want to achieve. So it is going to be a gradual process where you're starting out any when you're starting out on a journey, or when you're starting out trying to take up a new goal of adventure, or leave a particular field you've been in and then stepping into a new one. So I am really discussing anything that crosses in my mind right now. So I want to now, this time I think I must have switched in what I'm discussing though. To me, it's just the way I feel, and not just the way I feel, the way somebody else is, the way someone else rather out there feels. If this actually were an ordinary video I am making now, I would cut out some errors I made here, like grammatical blunders. I'll cut out whatever flaws I have. That's the good side of when you're making a video, you're able to edit it. So even if you're a beginner, you feel like, oh, why am I doing this? I don't know how to edit video. There are basic video editing that you can learn. If you check on my channel, I have some videos I made how to edit with your mobile if you're starting out. And I even have a video I was trying to put you through how to use DaVinci Resolve. Maybe you are really starting out and you feel like there are some features you're not getting from the free tools or video editing softwares. Like those ones, they will give you watermark, but DaVinci Resolve, you do not need any watermark. So if you're a content creator, there's something you should bear in mind you have to learn by force. You have to learn to use some tools that would help you. And those tools may be some video editing tools that will help you to edit your videos yourself. Because if you're a beginner, you do not have any money to start up, you're actually with or without any budget, you're very low on it. So you want to manage yourself, you have to learn video editing. That one is compulsory. You have to learn graphic design. So in learning graphic designs, you shouldn't actually be a pro when you're learning graphic designs or video editing. It's just the major ones that will help you to just heal throughout that moment, because I trust you're not willing to pay somebody to do it for you. So you want to do it yourself. So that's why you really need to learn these things yourself. So let's say I was actually making a video now and I have all these errors here and there. I want to remove them. I really want to remove them. But in this YouTube live, I do not have that room or that chance to remove anything. So whatever I said here, I've said it, and it goes that way. And why do some people actually use the YouTube Live. Some people will say they want to, it wants to help them to increase their watch hours. So assuming I had people that are live or subscribers that are live right now, and they key in, they will hear me talk exactly the way I'm doing it. So it will now help me to improve the watch hours. And if, for instance, you don't have the time to shoot videos, to edit them, and you are good to go, just coming live to do your thing. Then the other one is you have to learn the other part of YouTube Live, which is streaming videos. And in streaming your video, there are some apps, YouTube, rather, should I say, there are some screen recording softwares that you should use to do that. We have Restream, we have OBS, and I think there's this one, Streamlabs, so that you can also use to stream your videos. One thing about streaming videos is you are sharing your screen to your audience. But the other YouTube live that has to do with the webcam is just that you are talking directly to the camera. So there's no room for sharing anything unless you want to show them something like you are like this is this or this is that. Because right now I cannot remove this video and go to edit it. I just have to leave it here. But after this live video, YouTube will send it to my private session of my YouTube settings. Then from there, if I have any topic I want to give it, I can just put it there, title. And if I have any description I want to give it. But right now, this video, my description it will just be, this is just my first YouTube. I'm just testing it out. And there I have to talk whatever I feel whatever I feel will benefit somebody. So we're not looking for perfection this time around, but we're looking for the aspect that did I make an attempt? Yes, I would make mistakes, but am I willing to make that effort not to repeat those mistakes? Like someone will say, there's nothing wrong when you do it wrong, but it is wrong to stay long on that problem of yours. So if I have my flaws in carrying out or in doing this YouTube live, yes, it is a flaw, but the good thing is, am I going to remain there? But at least if you check my YouTube videos, the first video I did, they were flops. But as time progresses, I made improvement. That is just it. So even though nobody notices that improvement, I know for myself, I know that yes, I've made improvements. Because when I'm editing videos, I do no longer make so much cuts. And when I'm editing videos, they're just few, because gradually I know what to say and I know where I'm heading to. I know where I'm coming from as well. So every step we make, there's always an improvement when we're persistent with it. It's just like they say, consistency is the key. So right now the video is on 18 minutes 10 seconds. So at least I'm making headway in this YouTube live, because there's somebody that this video is meant for. Because when you have videos on your channel, it's not for everybody. So there are particular topics that may impress some, there are particular topics that may not impress others. So every video you make is for a particular audience. Mainly if you're niching down, even in a particular niche, there are still subtopics in that niche that attracts people. So, like this video, it may touch somebody's heart. It may actually impact somebody, and that person will be able to watch it till the end. So, as I said earlier, there would always be room for improvement. And there's this short clip I made. Though I've not uploaded it, though I've not had the chance to, because when I'm waiting for that perfect time, because most times I have other things that I'm doing, and the little time I have, like today's own now, I just came in, I felt like I may not have the time to shoot now and then edit it later on. I already have 3 videos behind. I've not had the time to edit it. So I'm just coming here live to talk. So it's quite different from when I'm doing a streaming video. Like at least if I'm doing a streaming video, I'll just sit down, set up my OBS, and then stream and share a screen. That's the one for streaming. At least I've tested out my YouTube Live on my mobile, and I noticed now it's working. So I can use YouTube Live on my laptop, and I can also use it on my mobile. So that's just the good side of it. But remember that using the desktop version, you have more features on the desktop version compared to the mobile app, because in the mobile you'll be able to, you're restricted to what you do though. You're restricted to what you do compared to the desktop version of YouTube Live. So it's fun trying this or trying to do YouTube because as time progresses, you become better at what you do by being a good speaker. I'm not just a good speaker, a confident speaker at that. You know what to say because I've seen people when they started first in speaking on YouTube. At first, they were not just good. No, though they were good, they had something to say. I wouldn't say they were not good, but they were not actually coordinating their words, just as I'm doing right now. But over time, when I came to watch those people, I noticed that they had really made great improvements. So if you are starting out on YouTube and you feel like I don't have anything to say. I am not this. I'm not organized with my words. It's not true. You're organized with your words. Even children, when they talk, they have nothing to tell you, but they know how to present it to you. In whichever way they present it to you, you are still drawing from somewhere that yes, I think this is what this person is trying to say. So in my video, I've discussed so many things actually though, but it centers on YouTube. It centers on how to be a better person in what you are trying to help others learn about your content. So it just boils down around all these things. And that being said, we want to know that the efforts of sharing knowledge with others as you're teaching somebody, you are as well not just teaching yourself, you're reminding yourself of those things you know and you're refreshing your knowledge as well. Just like someone was to say, because these are things I read, maybe sometimes I rephrase or memorize some words that touches me or some words that are captivating. Someone says, what you don't use, you lose. And if you find out that when you don't use a particular thing or when you don't use a skill for a very, very long time, if you're not careful, you may forget how it's done or how to use it. But using something regularly, you improve on that thing, you get better at what you're doing. So that is just what that word that says what you don't use, you lose. So if you are trying to be a better speaker, or if you're trying to be confident in your speech, or if you're trying to be good at what you know or what you do, consistency is the key. So you just have to keep doing that thing, be consistent at it, even though you make mistakes, ignore those mistakes and continue doing those things that you're doing. So do not always look at it that it has to be like those people that have been on the job for years and they are crushing it. Do not compare yourselves with those people. It's good to do comparison in a positive aspect though, but not the negative one. Maybe comparison like, okay, this person is somebody I want to look up to. I think I would like I like what I do or like my content to be like this, but yours may be in a unique way because you can never be that person exactly, but you just want to do your own in a distinctive way, in a way that reflects your own identity. Because there's no how you say, I want to do mine exactly like this person. It's always good to be natural. It's always good to come out the way you really are than trying to be somebody you are not. Because when you're somebody you are not, there would always be hitches. There will always be hitches. So it's better to be yourself and bear in mind that some people would encourage you, some people will talk down on you, some people will discourage you, but just learn to be yourself and do not allow negative things to weigh you down. Do not allow pessimistic people to bring you down, but always be very, very positive minded. And this will also go a long way in helping you when you create content. So, probably you do not get views as a beginner. That shouldn't be a problem. But just be consistent at what you do. Just as we're learning every day, we learn as we grow, we learn as we go. So, know that with time it will get better, and with time you would really see improvement yourself, because when you look at your channel, for instance, and you feel like you're not getting the watch hours, you are not getting the views, you are not getting viewers, you are not getting subscribers, everything you upload on YouTube is just there. That could be discouraging though, but do not let it bother you. Yeah, I'm not a motivational speaker either, but I'm just trying to make it look like I am talking to myself, just as I'm talking to someone that would one day watch this video and said, "Oh, I think this person is really talking to me." I've actually watched a video, and at the end of it, you're like seeing this person has actually been through my situation, and whatever the person says at that time sinks because you're like you're not the only person passing through that situation. So that person is really, really talking to you. So I wouldn't know if I should put an end to this video, but this is my first YouTube live video and I'm hosting it from my YouTube mobile. So as beginners, take note that you can still use YouTube live from your mobile. Even if you are not up to 1,000 subscribers, you can still use it. Go to your desktop, get it enabled through asking for access from YouTube, and after 24 hours, you'll be able to use it from your mobile. That is just it. So I'm using my live from my mobile. So once I'm done, I will just click stop it somewhere. I don't even know where to click, but I'll click it and it will stop. And is there anything else to say? There's nothing actually else to say though, but before any video, I always like to prepare. I'm not prepared in this one, but I was testing out the YouTube live. That is why I got up to this stage. Talking for 24 minutes. How many minutes? Okay, it's now 27 minutes. Talking for 27 minutes. I never knew I could get to that number because when talking, I may not be a fast speaker and I don't like talking much though, but I want to talk and say any reasonable thing that comes out of my head. I hope this video touches somebody who may be in the same situation I was or in the same situation I am right now while starting a new channel on YouTube. It's been a while I've been consistent with it, and I've noticed over time that yeah, sometimes I see impressive views on my channel. I'll be surprised how they got it. Some of them were YouTube suggestions, though very little, but at least it's something that somebody on their own noticed my channel using by using the right search terms. Sometimes they may not use the right search terms though, but it's still something somebody was able to be drawn to this channel through a search term, and the person left not just the video that brought him or her to that channel, but was able to watch other videos. So that is it. Is there any other thing I want to say? Nothing else though, nothing else, but just looking into the camera and seeing how to get better at what we do. So should I should I say this is the end of this video? Because I mean, want to say this is the end of this video, then something pops into my head and I spit it out or I say it out. So whatever I'm saying is reasonable. And it's not reasonable, but it's very reasonable to me that is saying it because I have experienced it. It's very, very reasonable to me and to somebody that understands what I'm talking about. And what else should be of interest to me now? What else? What else? What else? Okay, yeah. The fact of having a 9 to 5 job and then thinking how you can combine it with content creation. It's very, very possible. Even if you don't know content creation has to do with when you use visuals, images, videos to relate an information or to pass knowledge. That's all what content creation is all about. You want to tell somebody something or you discuss or write on something, that's still content creation because you're trying to pass an information to the other person. That's just basically what content creation is to me. So now, if for instance you have a 9 to 5 job, and right now we have social media, which is the aim thing, because social media has not always been there. Yeah, you can always use social media in the positive light, and there's people that still use it in the negative light. So it depends on you as an individual. Which one is it for you? Is it for the positive aspect or for the negative aspect? Because while you're using social media, if you feel like, oh yeah, I think I'll benefit from it, yeah, you will benefit from it, because many people are encouraged using social media, because some people that have sales, that make sales, they make sales through social media. And if you have a 9 to 5 job, do you know that you can still promote your skill right on social media? At least for professionals, the one that we know about is LinkedIn. LinkedIn, and there's some other platforms, even X that was former Twitter, even Facebook, and these and many more social media platforms where you can always promote your skills. Yes, it is. It is. Like recently, I got an online job, though a short time one, though an online job on LinkedIn. I saw a post that somebody communicated that they needed a cold caller, and I reached out. And I enjoy what I'm doing though, because making calls to people you do not know, trying to talk to them about your product, about your client's product is really, really, really an interesting one, because you get to talk to people and pick out their pain points that you would be able to use to convince these people about your product. Because if you say you have a 9 to 5 job, you can still learn content creation on how to sell your skill to somebody. Because in whatever skill you have, you want to let it out through social media. And how can you make out time to learn content creation? How can you make out time to, be active on some social media platforms where you can confidently and tactfully sell your skill? At least LinkedIn, if you don't know, LinkedIn is very, very good. Very, very good. LinkedIn. Uh, LinkedIn is where you find professionals. That's where you find professionals. So, as someone that has a 9 to 5 job, how do you make out time to sell your skill? How do you make out time to impart knowledge to others? Though it's not always an easy one, but something that has been so helpful, that has helped me or that has helped some people over the years, is if you have a 9 to 5 job, early hours, you can learn something, a skill that you would upsell, a skill that you can use to teach others. That's it. Early hours, then your lunch break, and after work. At least these are the three times, or the three sessions or three periods, that you can make out time for yourself to either learn a skill, and not just learn a skill, to also prepare yourself for the future when you have a skill. And do not actually look down on yourself that, after all, my skill, everybody knows it. Who told you? There are some people that don't know about your skill. These people are looking for who to pay to teach them about that skill. No skill is a waste. So it depends how you are able to sell out yourself or sell out your skill to the other person. That is when you know that truly no skill is a waste. Not at all. No skill is a waste. So, in being active on some social media platforms where you can utilize your skills very well, where you can learn from other professionals, where you can learn from people in your industry, that is one thing you should know about social media. So look at social media as a good part of it. That is just it. Look at it as the good part where you gather knowledge, where you learn things, where you can sell your skills, where you can promote your business and have an online presence. So I've actually talked about 9 to 5, how they should try to learn content creation, and some vital things tools they can. Oh, did I actually mention tools? No, I didn't. So, how it's possible to combine in your 9 to 5 job with not just content creation, with having an online presence. And what else do I want to talk about? Okay, there's nothing else to talk about for now. At least I've successfully spoken for 35 minutes, 20 seconds. I have made sense to somebody. I've actually spoken sense to myself. So that's just it for a live video, getting prepared. Since it's my first video, I'm not prepared for this video, but at least I'm talking to an audience. I do not have any people that logged in with me. So this video is being the first timer on YouTube Live. I've spoken for almost 36 minutes. And while speaking to you, someone would watch this video and say to myself or to himself and say to herself that, look, I learned something from this video that this person made. And this video really spoke to me, or really this is the flaw. This video really touches me, or it actually speaks my mind. Yeah. So remember that YouTube Live is where you see everybody's flaws. If you're talking directly to your camera, because I cannot edit this video, I can't edit this video. I would only include a title. I would only include the description and the thumbnail if I want to. That's what I'll do on this YouTube Live. And bear in mind that the moment I remove this video, I want to download it and edit it. It will no longer count. This 30 something minutes I have here will be forfeited. I just have to leave it that way. I just have to leave it that way. That's it. So as a beginner, bear in mind that any YouTube live video that you are doing, leave it on your channel. Do not download it to re-upload it, because the moment you delete that one, you've lost it actually, because that video will no longer be on your channel. So probably you download it as, let me edit and upload. No, that those minutes will just be forfeited. What counts is when you leave the video on the channel. That is just it, so that people can rewatch it. And at least this one that I have here is still counting. So I'm not going to delete the video, I'll just leave it there. So I've left it there for you to know that somebody that doesn't have any clue on what they are doing on YouTube can someday become better. So do not be discouraged, do not allow perfection to stop you from trying to make that effort or that attempt to talk on YouTube. So one thing again is the lighting though. They've taken our power supply, so unfortunately we got a ring light to really help me to have good lightning. And in the YouTube live, there was this part I clicked and it gave me the camera, my camera touch. It just brought it out automatically. So I'm using two types of lights now. I'm using the one from my ring light and I'm using the one from the phone. So combined. So that's why I have a bright background though. And what next? I've said so many things though. I've said so many things, but what else do I want to talk about? What else do I want to talk about? So that's it for this one. If you so that's why it's always advisable or better to get a topic handy and discuss that topic. I just said let me just try something, and I got to this point of I've spoken up to this minutes. I've also spoken up to this number of minutes. I didn't know I've gotten up to this, but at least I'm making headway. I am really making headway because the way I was talking before now is not the way I'm talking right now. I've really made drastic improvement, and which I'm happy I have. So also feel the same way that you can also make the same improvement. Don't always see it that you have to give your audience the perfect video they want, but bear in mind that you're talking to an audience, you want to give them value. And when you're giving them value, be as true to yourself just as you know you will be true to someone else that is watching. So being original, being authentic. So I love the YouTube app though. It helps you if you don't have the time to create a video, and but you're prepared to discuss a topic. And then if you want to stream, maybe you want to share your screen and you're prepared for it, it's still okay to use the YouTube Live app. Or it's still okay to use the YouTube Live feature of YouTube rather. I'm trying to I'm not sure the words. I'm like duplicating my words now. Those are part of the flaws that we edit, we cut and we remove when we're making videos. So you're seeing it the way it is right now. And so when you have in mind that yes, this is a YouTube live, you should get prepared and you have something to talk about. And if you don't feel comfortable talking live, you can still record your video, get it edited, and then you come to allow it play on your YouTube live. While it's playing, you are watching it. So once it ends, you just stop it and it uploads automatically to your private tab. From your private tab, you can edit it from there. But in the desktop version, you are allowed to either schedule, choose the date you want it to appear, or you make it go live public immediately. So this live will go to my private site, and from my private, I will put it on public. But in the YouTube desktop version, you can make it go live automatically, instantly, because you would have chosen the part you want. Do you want it to go live then, or do you want it to go on to be on private until you are done with including your title, your thumbnail, and your description, or you want it to go live? Maybe you scheduled it, and when you schedule it on that particular day you chose, that is when it will just come up and it goes live, premiere it or so. So that's just the learning part of being on YouTube, not just on YouTube, another social media platform, by creating content and just be yourself. You can never be someone else. You just have to be yourself. And do not compare yourself with others. Do not compare yourself with others. Being content with who you are, being content with what you have. And in being content with oneself is not pride. It is not one being proud. It's not. But being content with yourself is accepting yourself for who you are. Don't try to be someone else, because if you try to be someone else, and what if that person you want to be and you are not accepted? You have to accept yourself first. Don't always wait for other people's validation of who you are, because if you're waiting for people to validate who you are, so what if they don't validate you? That means the person will sink down into depression. So it's always good to be oneself. And coming out on social media, bear in mind that there would always be wolves. There would always be there would always be wolves in sheep clothing. Yes, you will see genuine people and you will see people that are false, people that are pretentious, people that hide who they really are. That's what social media provides for everybody. So when you're on social media, one has to be very, very careful. Remember that some people would want to really break you by the kind of comments they make on your channel. They could want to pull you down by what they say on your channel. Always be ready for that. So don't wait for people to validate you. Don't wait for people to accept you for you to be on social media or for you to be on YouTube. But rather, try to accept yourself for who you are, and try to always have a positive mindset, because just like one word I got, it says, we see with our minds. And when we see with our minds, it's called insight. And then when we see with our sight, when we see with our eyes, it is called sight. Yes. So our mindset, especially, it sums up our insights and then what we see, because it is what you see that you then feed with your mind. And while you feed it with your mind, you then have such views within you, and before you know it, the way you reason is actually the way you talk. So that's why it's always good to have a positive mindset. That's always good is it's good to have positive things going on in our heads and in our minds. Because when you have positive things within you, you would always vomit what is positive. So why don't why don't you work on your mindset first? At least when you're working up with your mindset, like something else I read the other time again said, what can you give to your children? It then says, when you give your children assets, with time they may lose the assets. But when you give them a mindset, a positive mindset, automatically you've given them an asset. Because with the right mindset, they can build an asset for themselves. So having the right mindset is very, very good. So it's not just when you give people gifts and they do not have the right mindset towards that gift, they won't value the gift. Yes, but if someone has the right mindset and you give the person a gift, they will value that gift. So it's just like an asset. When you give your child your asset and the child doesn't have the right mindset, they won't value the asset. With the right mindset and give them an asset, they would value the asset and they will be able to utilize it in the right way. And so, okay. So, and then the other one is I didn't know I've actually spoken up to this number of minutes. I'm at 46 minutes plus talking. I never knew I would get up to this stage talking. And then the other one is learning a new skill and then learning to use a new tool. So people say when someone is young, they are able to achieve things for themselves with what they learn. And the older ones, sometimes we feel like, after all, how many years do I have to learn this thing? My brain is not as sharp as the younger ones. But it's not true. Whatever age you find yourself, with the right perspective, you can learn anything. You can learn anything. The thing is, just make out time for yourself because younger ones they have time. They really have a lot of time. But older ones we do not have the time because we have so many responsibilities that are choking us up. But still we can still make out time to learn a new skill. You can still make out time to learn to use a new tool. So that is just it that learning, they say, is a lifelong process. Some people have achieved something when they are older. Some people have learned a new to use a new tool when they are past their time of youth. They learned it in their old age. So it's very, very possible, very, very possible to learn a new skill, not just a new skill, to learn to do something new even in our old age. So should I say this is the end of my video? No, it's not yet the end of this video. I'll still come up with something in my head to talk. This video, what title will I give this video? Okay, I'll try to think of what to give this video because I've touched on so many topics on this video. I've touched on so many topics like people that are trying to start a YouTube channel. Some people do not actually know how to niche down. So they discuss one topic to the other. I was watching a video argument sometime. Some people were saying, some people were saying it's okay to niche down on YouTube. The other people were saying, no, you shouldn't niche down on YouTube when you're starting out. So I just got to a point because both of these speakers, I think they were like, how many speakers there? Like more than two speakers though. Each of them, they were making points with what they were saying. The other group that was saying it's okay to niche down. The other group that was saying it's not just okay, though it's okay, depends on you. But when you don't have any topic or when you don't have any niche in mind, you've not actually crafted any niche for yourself. Why don't you just say or do the things you love without bothering to niche down? To me, they really convinced me enough. I didn't even know which group to take their side. But in the end, I was convinced that it depends on the individual starting it though. But somehow, when people niche down, they know that the people coming to their channel are people for a particular topic that is coming to their channel. So it depends whichever one that favors anybody. So that is just it. So like in this video now, I've said so many things. I've said so many things just to pass a message in this video. And I feel like why I'm saying this is because It's what I feel comfortable saying right now. Like of my one YouTuber that inspires me though in that video, in his channel generally, he talks about just creating any video of whatever you are comfortable with, whatever you are not just comfortable alone, whatever you feel like there's an audience for this. Yes, because anything you discuss or any video you create, there's an audience for you. Yes, and I saw written in what he said though, there's an audience for whatever video you create. But the main thing is, as beginners, are we patient enough to wait for the audience to find us? So some people may want to do anything. Okay, like this is me doing it, talking, and this is me teaching. So the main thing is give value, whatever niche you decide to stick to, just give value. And in giving value, people see values in different ways. So in giving value, okay, now what are people that do family vlogs? Yeah, because sometimes they are just trying to share their relationship, what goes on in their houses, and people still find it fun. They tend to compare the personalities of the family members. That's still a YouTube video. Somebody's learning from that video. That's it. So should I say anything that the person feels comfortable with, the person feels comfortable doing is okay by the person? Okay, so in my own case, I would say that I am seeing YouTube as a journey that I want to learn, and not just in learning, I want to see it that let me just make that effort of talking, not just talking. It's quite different when you're talking to somebody one on one, and when you're talking to the camera, it's quite different. It's very, very different though, but you just have to be composed and know, okay, this is what I feel I just want to talk about. I've said some things, and in saying these things, I don't even know if I increased the volume of this video. I don't even know if I actually did. But all the same, I am testing out my YouTube Live. It's working on my mobile, and I enabled it from my desktop, and which led me to my YouTube mobile app. So I've come to see that my YouTube Live on my mobile is active, which I just tested by doing this video. And I'm glad I did it. And I'm glad I tried it out. So later on, I'll just make out time, give this video a topic, a title, and then know what description to use. And one thing that has helped me to, you know, create videos, not just create videos, also some ideas that I have in creating content is using ChatGPT. ChatGPT has been very, very helpful for me. It has been a tool that, excuse me, I discovered ChatGPT, I think that was November 2022. I saw it in a LinkedIn post that somebody made, and the person was like, wow, he saw this, um, he just got to know about this website and it's interesting. At that time, I ignored it though, because I was like, what is ChatGPT? Who has heard of this? I just moved by. Then sometime later on, I was like, ah, Chat GPT here, Chat GPT there. Everywhere was Chat GPT. I was just moved to check their website, and I was like, wow, so this is what Chat GPT is all about. And the one that mesmerized me was when I started using Chat GPT to do my YouTube videos. It helps me with description. It helps me with giving me the right tags and the hashtags. It helps me with having video ideas. It helps me with video scripts because I've been using ChatGPT for so many things. I was using it for having content ideas while writing. Sometimes I write on my own naturally, just the way I feel. But sometimes when ebooks, I have ebooks that I wrote myself. And sometimes when I write blogs, I can rephrase those blogs in my words. Though this is AI writing, AI is just to help us out to improve on what we are doing. But though some people want to use it just everything it gives to them, you can reward it when you check it because I asked ChatGPT sometime, ChatGPT, this thing that you are giving to me, Have you given it to someone before? And ChatGPT said, no, I'm not giving it to someone before. It's just here I'm giving it. And when you when you dial in any prompt in ChatGPT, it's like a communication you are having with someone. That's just the good thing about using ChatGPT. So if you've not used ChatGPT before, I advise you to try using ChatGPT. I have a video on my channel where I showed you step by step how to use ChatGPT to create thumbnails. I've been using ChatGPT for some time to create my YouTube thumbnails, and it has been so easy. And it gives me the text, the color combination, and everything. Then I use another website, resizepixels.com, to resize it. If you've not watched that my video, just go and watch it. Check on my YouTube channel. You see a video on thumbnails. That video, I gave you step by step guide on how to use ChatGPT to create thumbnails. So if you don't have any idea using Canva, go watch that video. That video will really help you. So most times, why my target audience, YouTubers, YouTube beginners, why I'm helping these ones, because I am also a beginner. It's not been long. I've not been long in this game. Not been long in the sense that I've recently been consistent on YouTube now, consistent by creating content. And I've seen the major improvements over time. And I feel that even if you do not know where to start from, even if you do not know where you feel like you're heading to, just bear in mind that just make that effort to just start. Do not expect it to be a perfect video. Just like they will say, just hit record. Yeah, hit record. And before you know it, you're doing it. Just be consistent with YouTube. Forget the watch hours at first. Forget the subscriber count. Just be consistent with what you're doing and leave those videos there. Leave those videos there. Yes. And since you have something to discuss or since you have something to teach people about, just put it out there and teach people that know what you're talking about. So if you actually another thing, if you have a skill, you can still monetize your skill. Do you know? There are platforms like Skillshare, and then there are platforms like Udemy. If you actually have an organized, should I say, an organized, should I say, is it syllabus or say what? Or if you actually have a laid down, should I say, what? How do I put it? I'm short of words right now. But if you already have a table of contents on what you want to talk about, like a skill, you already have it laid down and you know how to teach that skill, just try to use Udemy. Either you want to use a PowerPoint to create the skills, or you want to use PowerPoint to teach and then videos as well to get it included. Just try it out. There's somebody that wants to know more about your skill. That's just a good thing. There's somebody that really wants to know what you're talking about or how do you go about this. And it can only get better if we try those things, if we try it ourselves. And just like as always, like they would say, the person that tried is the person that is better than the person that never tried it at all. So even if you tried it and you do not get it at first, it's okay. But when you keep trying it, always you always get better. So you won't remain static. You would not remain static. But the good side of it is you showed off and you made efforts to try it. So one speaker I always love listening or watching said, it's okay if a child makes a mistake, but it's not okay if the child repeats the same mistake over and over and over again. That if an adult does that, there's a problem. But even you as a parent, you wouldn't want to see that child repeat that same mistake or over and over and over and over and over again, because you know it is at the child's detriment. So that is why we want to always teach the children how to help themselves for tomorrow. So just like I mentioned earlier on, that it is not wrong to do it wrong, but it is wrong to stay long. in that wrong you're doing. It is very wrong to stay long in that wrong you're doing. So it is not wrong to do it wrong, but it is really wrong to stay long on that wrong you're doing. So these are words that I just copy, listen to something, and it makes sense to me, and then I try it, and I feel there's sense in what I said. So this is just this video for today. Maybe in some other video, hopefully, I'll try to do another live video where I teach you how to do a particular thing, or how I carry out some tasks, how it's done from my own end, and keep learning, we keep making improvements. This video has gotten up to an hour, so I've been seated here talking for 1 hour. I never knew I could do this, but I'm glad I did. I launched my first YouTube live, and this is how it's all been. And know that I'm not up to 1,000 subscribers on this live video, but yet I'm able to use the YouTube live. So beginners, you can also do it. Even if you're not up to 1,000 subscribers, don't worry. Even if you do not have any subscriber at all, you can use the YouTube live. You can just go to your desktop version of YouTube and enable it on YouTube by creating, by asking YouTube for access to use it. And after 24 hours, they will grant you. I've repeated this thing several times on this video. You can use the YouTube Live app on your mobile. Just get it enabled from the desktop and come to use it on your mobile, and vice versa, whichever way you want to use it. The good side of the desktop version is you can stream your videos from there, and you can use your desktop webcam to go live immediately. Over there, you can just schedule it, do whatever you want to do, and still stream, share your screen. But in the mobile version, you're limited with what you can do on the mobile version. You're limited because I don't think I can share my screen here. I can't. I'll just do the talking. And you might have something to show. I'll just say this is this or this is that. So that is it on this video. My first YouTube live, how it's going and how I did it from the beginning to the end. I spoke for 1 hour. I never knew I could do this, but I'm glad I made the effort. So thank you very much for watching to the end. Eventually someday somebody's able to watch this video. I hope I made sense. At least I made sense to myself. I wasn't speaking gibberish. I really made sense to myself. I was talking the way I feel, the way I felt, and my experience so far over time. So if you watch this video to this part, please do like and subscribe to this channel, just to support this channel and say this was my journey starting out on YouTube. Hopefully someday somebody will watch this video and said, this video is actually speaking to me, or this video is meant for him or her. So that is it for my YouTube live video. Nobody joined on this video. It's just me talking to myself on the camera on YouTube live. So do have a lovely day, and bye bye.